On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Epiphany.
A moment of sudden and great realization or revelation, a Christian festival, held on January 6th, celebrating the visit of the three wise men to the infant Jesus.
Examples:
Epiphany about life. Feast of Epiphany. She had an epiphany while meditating and realized the answer to her problem.
Humankind.
The whole of the living human inhabitants of the earth.
Examples:
Humankind as a species. History of humankind. On the geological timescale, humankind has existed for a brief moment.
Climate.
The weather in a particular location averaged over some long period.
Examples:
A cold climate. Effects of climate change. Climate and weather have an impact on every part of our lifestyles.
Dawn.
The time of day when the sun's light starts to show in the sky.
Examples:
The wan light of dawn. Crack of dawn. Missile assaults on the capital continued around dawn.
Contribution.
The act of giving something, especially money, to a particular cause or organization, a voluntary gift as of money or service or ideas made to some worthwhile cause.
Examples:
Make a positive contribution. Contribution to society. His contribution to the charity was a generous donation of money.
Experiment.
The scientific test conducted to observe what happens and gain new knowledge.
Examples:
Experiment design. Series of experiments. His experiments showed highly positive results.
Lab.
A workplace for the conduct of scientific research, a laboratory.
Examples:
Lab instrument. Medical lab. The Prime Minister will pay a courtesy visit to the Nobel laureate's lab.
Genetics.
The branch of biology that studies genes, genetic variation, and heredity in organisms.
Examples:
The science of genetics. Genetics discrimination. He is a specialist in the genetics of aging.
Atmosphere.
The mass of air that surrounds the earth, the pervading tone or mood of a place, situation, or creative work.
Examples:
Carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. A convivial atmosphere. The spaceship began to burn up as it approached the Earth's atmosphere.
Appreciate.
To value and acknowledge the worth of someone or something, to be grateful for something or someone.
Examples:
Appreciate her feedback. Appreciate the value. We would appreciate an early reply.
Amazing.
Extremely surprising, especially in a way that you like or admire.
Examples:
Amazing advances. The most amazing feeling. The golfer recorded an amazing distance.
Urgency.
The quality of being very important and needing to be dealt with immediately.
Examples:
Urgency in the use of force. Matter of urgency. She departed hurriedly because of some significant urgency in their affairs.
Inherit.
To receive money, property, or a title from someone after they have died.
Examples:
Inherit estate. Inherit ancestral property. After his death, his sons inherited his business.
Incredible.
Unbelievable. Extremely large.
Examples:
Incredible amount. At incredible speed. Her response revealed incredible idiocy.
Planet.
Any of the 9 large celestial bodies that circle in the solar system, any celestial body that revolves around a star.
Examples:
Planet like the Earth. Save the planet. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun.
Pollutant.
A substance or agent that pollutes or contaminates the environment, typically through release into the air, water, or soil.
Examples:
Noxious pollutant. Water pollutant. The factory's use of chemicals has made it a significant pollutant in the area.
Villain.
A character in a story, movie, or play which often opposes the hero, typically characterized as immoral, evil, or cruel.
Examples:
Evil villain. Authoritarian villain. The villain in the movie was a complex character with a tragic backstory.
Novel.
An extended fictional work in prose, usually in the form of a story. Adjective, original and of a kind not seen before.
Examples:
Historical novel. Novel effect. The novel has largely gotten positive feedback.
Biology.
The scientific study of life and the natural processes of living things.
Examples:
Evolutionary biology. Cell and molecular biology. In junior high school, we had to dissect a frog in biology class.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Photosynthesis.
The process through which plants and other organisms transform light energy into chemical energy, which is then released through cellular respiration to power the organism's activities.
Examples:
Oxygenic photosynthesis. Process of photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, plants use carbon dioxide to feed themselves.
Carbon.
A chemical element that can be found in pure form as diamond or graphite, and it is also an essential part of coal and oil and is found in all plants and animals.
Examples:
Carbon dioxide. Carbon emission. Trees absorb carbon dioxide and give off oxygen.
Microbe.
A tiny living thing that can only be seen with a microscope and that may cause disease.
Examples:
Pathogenic microbe. Microbe sterilizer. Microbes thrive on the surface of the human skin.
Drag.
To pull or haul with force.
Examples:
Drag a chair over. Drag a team down. He dragged the heavy suitcase behind him as he walked.
Sunlight.
The light emitted by the sun, the rays of the sun.
Examples:
A glare of sunlight. Indirect sunlight. Radiation from sunlight has a different wavelength.
Hundredfold.
100 times as great or as much.
Examples:
Rise nearly hundredfold. Improve hundredfold. The development.
Emission.
The act of production or sending out gas, heat, light, etc.
Examples:
Global emissions of greenhouse gases. The emission of light. There are 5 distinct emissions at 5 unique wavelengths.
Decompose.
To break down or cause to break down over time into simpler substances or elements.
Examples:
Decompose matter. Decompose into simpler molecules. After the earthquake, many of the buildings in the city were left in ruins and began to decompose.
Biomass.
The total quantity of living matter in a given unit of environment, including plants, animals, and microorganisms.
Examples:
Biomass energy. Fuel biomass. The biomass in a forest can be measured by collecting and weighing all living plants within a specific area.
Redistribute.
To share something among people in a different way.
Examples:
Redistribute income fairly. Redistribute data. The general redistributed the troops more strategically.
Stable.
Firm and steady, not easily moved, disturbed, or changed.
Examples:
In stable condition. Have a stable job. Relations between the two countries have been relatively stable due to the summit meeting.
Dot.
A very small circular mark, especially one that is printed.
Examples:
Connecting the dots. Dot blot method. The wallpaper had a pattern of pink dots on a white surface.
Molecule.
A group of two or more atoms held together by attractive forces known as chemical bonds.
Examples:
Small molecules. Molecule behavior. The shape of the DNA molecule is a double helix.
Oxygen.
The chemical element with the symbol O that is present in air and water and is necessary for people, animals, and plants to live.
Examples:
The hydrogen binds the oxygen. Lack of oxygen. The passenger grabbed for the oxygen mask.
Storage.
The act or process of putting in and keeping something in a particular place for use in the future, an electronic memory device that can store information.
Examples:
A storage battery. Storage at low temperature. We store customer data in cloud storage.
Device.
A piece of equipment, tool, or technology that serves a particular purpose or function, often mechanical or electronic.
Examples:
Electronic device. Tracking device. I always carry a backup device in case my phone runs out of battery.
Stabilize.
To become or cause to become steady or unlikely to give way.
Examples:
Stabilize prices. Stabilize blood sugar levels. The raising of interest rates stabilizes the inflation rate.
Function.
The purpose or use of an object, system, or process, a particular activity or operation that is designed to serve a specific purpose, a mathematical concept that describes a relationship between two sets of values, called the input and output sets. Verb, to operate or work in a specific way, or to perform a particular task or purpose.
Examples:
Function properly. Immune function. The brain is an incredibly complex organ that controls the body's function.
Complicated.
Involving a lot of different things or parts in a way that is difficult to understand or analyze.
Examples:
A complicated process. Become increasingly complicated. He did complicated pen and ink drawings in just a few days.
Eukaryotic.
Organisms whose cell nuclei are surrounded by a nuclear envelope.
Examples:
Eukaryotic algae. Eukaryotic genome. Mitochondria exist in every eukaryotic cell.
Converge.
To move or draw together at a specific location, of lines, to move towards the same point where they join or meet.
Examples:
Converge of a series. Converge from different points. The two rivers converge into one near this area.
Genome.
The complete set or sequence of genes of a human, animal, plant, or other living things.
Examples:
Sequencing of the human genome. Genome analyses. The human genome contains approximately 3 billion chemical base pairs.
Relate.
To establish a connection or association between two or more things. To narrate or tell about an event, experience, or relationship. To empathize or feel sympathy with someone or something.
Examples:
Relate a story. Relate a message. He tried to relate his experience to the group, but they couldn't understand.
Trait.
A particular feature of your nature.
Examples:
Chemical trait. Personality traits. Multiple genes may influence behavioral traits concurrently.
Prediction.
The act of predicting the future by reasoning, a statement made about the future.
Examples:
Make my predictions. Gloomy predictions. These results muddied the prediction.
Genetic.
Of or relating to genes, equals parts of the DNA in cells, or the science of genes.
Examples:
Have genetic testing. A genetic disorder. Understanding protein folding is a vital step in deciphering the genetic code.
Edit.
To prepare written material for publication by correcting, condensing, or otherwise modifying it.
Examples:
Edit a history book. Edit a video. I need to edit this document before submitting it to my boss.
Norm.
Something that is regarded as usual, typical, or standard.
Examples:
Norm of action. Cultural norm. The systems we have developed has accepted as industry norms.
Propose.
To make a proposal, declare a plan for something.
Examples:
Propose the amendment. Propose changes. I want to propose a toast in honor of our long-standing relationship.
Involve.
To include or affect someone or something as a necessary part of something else.
Examples:
Involve a lot of paperwork. Involve a high degree of risk. The investigation involves several government agencies and is expected to take several months.
Evolve.
To develop gradually, or to cause the development of something or someone gradually.
Examples:
Evolve. Evolve over the past decade. Eyeless fish evolved in dark caves.
Rescue.
To save someone or something from a dangerous or difficult situation.
Examples:
Rescue a dying dog. Rescue a company from bankruptcy. The fire department arrived just in time to rescue the family from the burning building.
Normally.
Usually, under normal conditions.
Examples:
Complete normally. Not normally drink much. I don't normally take a vacation in the middle of summer.
Accumulate.
To collect or acquire a large number of things over a long period of time.
Examples:
Accumulate cash value. Accumulate evidence. He has accumulated his wealth through real estate investments.
Bury.
To place a dead body in the ground, grave, or tomb.
Examples:
Bury in the earth. Bury emotion. There is plenty of space to bury everyone.
Meander.
To wander or roam aimlessly or leisurely, to follow a winding or circuitous course, as a river or road.
Examples:
Meander down the river. Meander aimlessly. We decided to meander through the park and enjoy the scenery.
Soil.
The top layer of earth in which plants grow.
Examples:
Soils retentive of moisture. Parched soil. Soil moisture is another significant component controlling soil respiration.
Combine.
To join or merge to form a single thing or group.
Examples:
Combine chemically with another substance. Combine augmented reality. Hydrogen and oxygen combine to form water.
Crop.
A plant that is cultivated in large amounts, particularly for food.
Examples:
Crop field. Crop herbicide. Sow early for an early crop.
Confident.
Feeling sure about your abilities or qualities, or having trust in people, plans, or the future.
Examples:
Feel confident. A confident remark. I'm not confident in our victory.
Slightly.
In a small degree or extent, a little.
Examples:
Increase slightly. Slightly alkaline soils. He moved his body slightly to the left.
Yield.
The total output of crops, profits, etc. that are produced. Verb, to produce or supply helpful something, such as a profit, an amount of food, or information.
Examples:
Corn yield. The yield on the bond. The company's stock gives a high yield.
Ecosystem.
All the plants and living creatures in an area and the way they affect each other and the environment.
Examples:
Marine ecosystem. Change the ecosystem. Human conservation efforts often fail unexpectedly because they disturb the balance of the ecosystem.
Handle.
To deal with a situation, problem, or strong emotion.
Examples:
Handle a precious object. Handled the incident. We all should learn how to handle stress.
Agriculture.
The practice or science of cultivating the land or raising stock.
Examples:
Organic agriculture. Intensive agriculture. Agriculture is the foundation of our economy.
Competition.
A situation in which someone is attempting to beat or outperform another.
Examples:
The first round of the competition. Interspecific competition. Global competition is rising in virtually every industry.
Sequester.
To take temporary possession of someone's property until a debt is paid.
Examples:
Sequester 10% of the annual carbon emissions. Sequester myself from the world. He approved their requests to sequester the jury.
Crisis.
A time of great disagreement, confusion, or danger when problems must be resolved or critical decisions must be taken.
Examples:
Financial crisis. Crisis management. The Chinese word for crisis comprises two characters, one for danger and the other for opportunity.
Balance.
A condition in which everything has the same weight or force, something left after other parts have been taken away.
Examples:
The balance of power. Asset on the company's balance sheet. Try to keep a balance between work and off.
Deplete.
To reduce something, especially supplies of energy, money, etc., by a large amount, to use up resources or materials.
Examples:
Deplete customer confidence. Deplete glycogen stores. If we continue to deplete the Earth's natural resources, we will cause severe damage to the environment.
Enrich.
To make better or improve in quality by adding something else.
Examples:
Enrich a gas with a balloon. Enrich public services. Reading not only increases knowledge, but also enriches life.
Nitrogen.
A chemical element with the symbol N and atomic number 7, which is a highly reactive element that forms part of many compounds, including amino acids and proteins.
Examples:
Heavy nitrogen, nitrogen absorption. Nitrogen gas is used to inflate car tires because it does not react with rubber.
Sulfur.
Also sulfur, a chemical element with the symbol S and atomic number 16, found in many minerals and sulfur compounds, often used in the production of fertilizers, rubber, paper, and other industrial applications.
Examples:
Sulfur dioxide, sulfur mine. The sulfur emissions from the nearby factory caused the rotten egg smell.
Phosphate.
A chemical compound made up of phosphorus equals a chemical element with the symbol P, and oxygen equals a chemical element with the symbol O, often used in fertilizers, detergents, and other industrial processes.
Examples:
Calcium phosphate, sodium phosphate. The buildup of phosphate in the soil can cause it to become too acidic, which can be harmful to plants.
Mineral.
A solid inorganic substance occurring in nature having a definite chemical composition.
Examples:
Vitamin and minerals. Mineral rights. The robust economy of the country is based on its mineral resources.
Retain.
To keep or continue to possess or maintain something.
Examples:
Retain information. Retain a lawyer. Computers help people retain specific memories.
Particle.
A small piece of something, a word or piece of a term with grammatical function, but little or no significance.
Examples:
Charged particle. Particle energy. We can calculate the position of the particle statistically.
Salesperson.
A person whose job is to sell goods in a shop or directly to customers.
Examples:
A salesperson in a store. A drapery salesperson. He received the title of the best salesperson in all our branches worldwide.
Deny.
To state that one refuses to admit the existence or truth of something.
Examples:
Adamantly deny killing. Deny the allegations. He is still denying stealing the money from the cash register.
Optimistic.
Hoping or expecting that good thing will happen or something will be successful.
Examples:
He is optimistic. Optimistic outlook. Most executives were optimistic about future business conditions.
Witness.
A person who sees something happen, especially a crime or an accident.
Examples:
Witness of the car accident. A material witness. The manufacturing industry is witnessing fierce competition.
Medal.
A flat, usually circular piece of metal or other material that is often given as an award or commemoration for an achievement, victory, or honor.
Examples:
Gold medal. A prize medal. She was proud to receive a medal for her hard work and dedication to the sport.
Extraordinary.
Exceptional, unexpected, very unusual, surpassing the ordinary or usual.
Examples:
Extraordinary ability. Extraordinary weather. He narrated the extraordinary story of his adventure.
Variant.
Something that is slightly different from others of the same type.
Examples:
Variant types of pigeon. A variant of the same word. The first variant of the virus appeared in less than a month.
Wheat.
A cereal plant that is the most important kind grown in temperate countries, the grain of which is ground to make flour for bread, pasta, pastry, etc.
Examples:
Harvesting wheat. Wheat crop. The farmer grew wheat on his land.
Fertile.
Capable of producing abundant vegetation or crops, intellectually productive.
Examples:
Fertile ground. Fertile market. Herbs require fertile soil in a sunny, sheltered location.
Astonishing.
Surprising or shocking, difficult to believe.
Examples:
Astonishing achievement. Make astonishing gains. The news of her sudden death was astonishing to everyone who knew her.
Genius.
Someone who has exceptional intellectual ability and originality.
Examples:
A person of genius. A genius for music. Mozart was a musical genius.
Audacious.
Showing a willingness to take bold risks or to do something that is considered unconventional or daring, marked by originality, creativity, or boldness.
Examples:
Audacious stunt. Audacious decision. The young entrepreneur had an audacious plan to start his own company.
Pave.
To cover something with a hard, flat material such as stones, bricks, or concrete to make it suitable for travel or use.
Examples:
Pave a new path. Pave a smoother road. They paved the courtyard with bricks, giving it a more polished appearance.
Pilot.
A person who flies an aircraft, especially as a job, a person qualified to guide ships through a difficult area of water.
Examples:
A test pilot. Pilot production. The pilot exercised great care in landing.
Vision.
The ability to think about or see the future with imagination and intelligence, the faculty of being able to see.
Examples:
A prodigious vision. Telescopic vision. Driving is difficult for me because of my poor vision.